Hello, everyone. I am Ken Shakte, ILRC Board Chairperson. So 2019-2020 has turned out to be one of the most difficult years for the Independent Living Resource Centre and the community of persons with disabilities in Manitoba. COVID-19 continues to represent one of the single greatest challenges and threats to the community of the disability community, businesses, and communities across Canada. As of the writing of this report, the global community continues to operate under a new protocol of physical distancing with various safety measures in place. This has meant some challenges in bringing the board together, either in person or virtually. I continue to remain in contact with the center weekly or in some cases daily. COVID-19 might have changed how we work, but it doesn't change the level of work. The level of programming and community programming necessary. I am happy to report that ILRC remains strongly united. Community living consumers are still practicing or still participating as much as possible in the community given the realities of COVID. ILRC has been fortunate in the sense that we have been able to maintain operations, provide viable attendance support to countless families across Manitoba, and protect both programming and employees of the center. COVID-19 is the primary reason we delayed the annual meeting this year and why we have chosen to provide a video address and update and push towards a meeting in spring 2021. Regardless of whether we can meet face-to-face, we will find a suitable web conferencing option that ensures the participation of members. We are in a much better financial position now. Our move to the grain exchange will bring savings of between $60,000 to $80,000 per year. The decision to move was not taken lightly. It took nearly 2 years of work to make it happen. But I am proud to say we are moving to an accessible and fully rebuilt location for various reasons. We thank the Portage Place team for 20 excellent years here. We await the outcome of the Starlight deal. We are working towards a new platform for peer support and independent living skills, given the need for virtual workshops. We don't anticipate the COVID situation changing anytime soon, so we have to work and adapt to changing conditions. Training continues, albeit in smaller group numbers. The need for independent ILRC training and pace is as strong as ever. The need for viable attendance remains an ongoing challenge for so many who seek to live independently. I look forward to working with all levels of government in the coming year to expanding programming and partners across the province. I also look forward to positive movement in the area of accessible transportation in the coming year. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to email the center. Contact information is available on the website. Please review the new annual report, and I look forward to seeing all of you in our new space come January 2021. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're going to be looking at this. My name is John Young, the Executive Director of the Independent Living Resource Center in Portage Place. Because of COVID, our AGM is going to be presented this way. We usually do the AGM in June, and it's very well attended. So with that being said, I should relate to you some of the difficulties, some of the situations we've had to move through this year and are still moving through it. Not only the challenges of the COVID-19. So some of the ups and downs that we have is the agents lost a game, but that's determined through the community. The agent piece for ILRC is moving right along very nicely. Some of the challenges that we have with handy transit, the ombudsman report, and the city council are ongoing. Our advocacy process is, or systemic advocacy on this one, is moving along great. I have to give a lot of credit to Patrick Stewart, who is spearheading this process. We're also looking at the possibility of being a vehicle dispatch for accessible cabs. That's something that's a way off, but that's work that has to be done now as well. Some of the realities going forward for ILRC is that returning to financial strength and growth through the lack of payroll tax. We got charged big time with payroll tax. If you have a certain amount of employees, every employee after that, you have to pay a percentage through a tax process, which is killing nonprofits. It's a horrible tax. Safety and consumers foremost. Through the COVID-19, we have no consumers that are off sick. We have no attendants that are off sick. A few years ago, people used to bother us, say stuff to us, because we used to say, if you came here with a cold, we would send you home. And that's what we did for years. So the COVID-19 stuff of being safe and keeping safe, we've been doing that for quite a while. We just haven't been doing the masks. So we're pretty good at that stuff. We have continued to run our programs. The IL skills and peer support one we're working on right now because it has to be virtual. Not many people will meet in groups right now. Our training process through our DART, disability training, awareness training, the PACE program, those classes used to run at 20, 23 people per. They're only running at 8 and 6 right now, and that's because we have to keep it down for the maximum 10 in the office. So those training pieces are moving, but there's more of them because there's less people in each class, but they're doing great. The trainers are doing great. We have it down pat on how to keep people safe and how to do this in a more systemic manner. We are moving. Everything is done. As opposed to move. They've just about finished building it. It's going to be on Lombard, the grain exchange building, first floor. One of the processes that we like over there is the cost saving. We will save a lot of money from being on a Portage Place. We won't be all jumbled up to get or separated on 2 different floors. We'll be able to be together. We went from a little under 14,000 square feet to 7,000 square feet at the grain exchange. We realize now through this whole process that we don't need that much space as we had here. A lot of stuff can be done now through the community, through home. And we've set up a really good at-home work process for our staff. I also want to say that without our volunteer base, which does 4,000 to 5,000 hours a year, our board, which has been so dedicated and has stayed with us through this whole process. I've been in touch with our chairperson weekly for meetings and different confrontations or different mixture of ideas. And I want to say that we could not be as far or as set up as we are without our volunteer process. So we miss all of you. We hope to have our volunteers back as soon as we can, ASAP. In the meantime, the volunteers that are still with our PACE program and our training program, I thank you. I can't thank you enough for being a part of it. Thank you. With that being said, I'm not good at recording these, so if you find them kind of disjointed and not very good, that's all me. But okay, hopefully I don't have to get better at this and we can see each other in person. Anyways, take a look at the other statements. You'll like them. Download the finances and the year-end report. You're really going to like it. A lot of hard work went into that. And it's not a whole book of text. There's some charts in there and pieces like that. We've changed it dramatically. All right, thank you very much for your time, and I will see you again.
Hi, my name is Eugene Del Mundo. I'm the Finance and Accounts Coordinator of Independent Living and Resource Center. I'm here to talk about some financial highlights of the year for the fiscal year 2019-2020. It has been a challenging year for the nonprofit sector and certainly a challenging year for ILRC. Even though we went through this tough time, especially with COVID-19 still upon us, we are projecting a return to financial stability. We are anticipating growth in the coming years with new programs and projects under development. Also, we will soon be moving to a new location that will mean cost savings going forward. In 2019, ILRC delivered over 153,000 hours of support to our community. This is nearly double the hours from 5 years ago, representing growth in our community living, SFMC, and brokerages. To coincide with this growth, ILRC has also increased attendance staffing by 50% in the past 5 years. Total revenue for the year hit $5.43 million. Of this, core funding represented 39% at around $2.1 million. ILRC projects and service delivery accounted for 61% of total revenue at over $3.3 million. During the 2019-2020 year, ILRC continued to receive significant support from the United Way, the Province of Manitoba, Human Resources and Development Canada, Service Canada, regional health authorities across Manitoba, MPI, and EI assistance. I just want to take note that the annual report is available on our website, and the completed audited financial statements are available upon request. Finally, we appreciate the support and dedication of volunteers, community members, and ILRC staff as we move ahead in the future. Also, I would like to thank everyone who made personal donations throughout the years. As always, any questions you might have, please do not hesitate to call or come visit us in the new location when everything has settled down. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
Hello and welcome to the award ceremony for the ILRC's AGM, virtual AGM this year. And the virtual component really does speak about the incredible efforts that our ILAs have made this year. So before giving the award, I just want to acknowledge the dedication, the effort, and the just incredible support that the independent living attendants within our agency have contributed. So just join me in standing and applauding with our most heartfelt appreciation from our consumers and our agency for all the work and dedicated efforts you have been able to contribute. Thank you all. Now it's my honor to give the Independent Living Attendant of the Year Award, both female and male. This year, the female ILA of the year is somebody who is a recent PACE graduate. She's also somebody who will never turn down a shift. She hit the road running as soon as she got her PACE certificate and said, how can I help? And she's really proven what ILRC stands for in commitment and response to consumers being supported in the community where she understands consumer control. and that the consumer is always the boss. So having that mindset and the willingness to do work and always working with a smile on her face. This year's award for the Female Attendant of the Year goes to Abiba Nagusi. So congratulations, Abiba, on an incredible effort. We really appreciate all you've done in supporting ILA consumers, or ILRC consumers. Next is the Male Attendant of the Year. This person graduated our PACE program in 2015, and he has been a dedicated and conscientious employee of our community living program ever since that point. Kokoi Deduya is the winner of this year's Male Independent Living Attendant of the Year. He's somebody who really is the epitome of what an ILA should look like. He's cooperative, responsible, dedicated, and truly someone who blends into the shadows when it comes to supporting consumers. He's there when they need him, but he's also understands his role with consumer control. So congratulations, Kokoi, on your selection of Independent Living Male Attendant of the Year. I have the honor of presenting the Employment Longevity Award, or just basically a celebration of this person and being part of the fabric of our community over the last 22 years. I've been here for 23 years, and Delia Simon has been here almost as long, supporting one consumer to live independently in the community over that time. Now, she's really become part of the family. She's been at all of our AGMs, at our family Christmas parties with her granddaughters. At any event that we have, you can see her here with the consumer. Now, sadly, her consumer had passed recently, and Adelia has moved on, but we just want you to know, Adelia, that we see you as part of the family, and really wish you the best wherever this journey takes you, and appreciate your contributions you've given us over the last 22 years. So thank you and congratulations. I get the honor of presenting the Volunteer of the Year Award. Typically, Natalie Pearson does this because she's a volunteer coordinator, but because of the pandemic and this situation, I am selected, and I really appreciate the opportunity. I will say that our volunteers are always above and beyond. They are what keeps the engine purring for this agency. The commitment, the dedication, the genuine efforts that we see from our volunteers are so appreciated. So know that even though we're singling out one person, we really appreciate the commitment and dedication of everyone. And now that we have a very unique time, our volunteer roles are shifting, so hopefully we can all still find a way to be part of this agency and the fabric of what we do. So this year, I'm honored to be able to present this award to a young person through our Able Sail program. This person has been involved in Able Sail as a full-time volunteer for the last 3 summers. Now, he worked the same shifts, the same hours as all of the other staff, and basically did many of the responsibilities, mostly the ones that staff didn't like doing, like hoisting the sails or sweeping the goose poop off the docks or sanitizing. This year, sanitizing was a huge issue, and you could see him out there sanitizing boats and life jackets and whatever needed to be done. And his commitment was really to be applauded. He's somebody who not only showed up before most of the staff and left after them, but he would also help out when needed on the weekends or in the evenings or whatever was needed. He was always there to make sure that the program ran the best that it could. And now, when you ask him about his role, he'll say, it's just so much fun. Just seeing people with a smile on their face and being part of their experience, that really brightened him. And he is a person with a disability who sees the impact that his role can have on ensuring that person with disabilities can do anything that they want to do and have a great time doing it. And understanding that role that he plays, this year's award is given to Riley Lockhart. Riley Lockhart can't see me, but you can see his award for Volunteer of the Year. So congratulations, Raleigh, on receiving Volunteer of the Year.